What's something people don't know about Canada and the US? Beyond the stereotypes and the friendly banter, what truly defines the relationship between these two North American giants? We often hear about the similarities, the shared values, and the close economic ties. But what about the subtle nuances, the unspoken perceptions, and the underlying assumptions that shape how Canadians and Americans view each other? Let's dive into the heart of this fascinating dynamic and uncover some surprising truths. It's not just maple syrup, or hockey, or even poutine. While Canada proudly boasts its iconic maple syrup, the story goes much deeper than that. It's about cultural identity, national pride, and the subtle ways in which Canadians distinguish themselves from their southern neighbors. It's about a shared history, a common continent, but also a distinct sense of self. Versus burgers. The culinary landscape offers a glimpse into the cultural differences. While Americans are known for their love of burgers and fast food, Canadians have their own unique culinary traditions and regional specialties. This friendly food fight is just one small example of the playful rivalry that exists between the two nations. Here's what they really think about each other. Beyond the surface-level observations, what are the deeper perceptions that Canadians and Americans hold about one another? What are the stereotypes that persist, and how do they influence interactions between the two countries? Are these perceptions accurate, or are they based on outdated assumptions and limited understanding? Canadians say Americans are confident, often seeing them as assertive and ambitious, traits that are sometimes admired and sometimes viewed with a touch of skepticism. This perception stems from the American emphasis on self-promotion and individual achievement, which can be quite different from the more collectivist values often found in Canadian culture. Maybe a bit too much. The line between confidence and arrogance can sometimes blur, and Canadians may perceive Americans as being overly boastful or self-centered. This perception is not universal, of course, but it's a common theme in discussions about the differences between the two cultures. Americans, what do they think of their northern neighbors? They think Canadians apologize for everything. The stereotype of the overly apologetic Canadian is a well-worn trope, and while it may be exaggerated, it does reflect a certain cultural emphasis on politeness and conflict avoidance. This can sometimes be misinterpreted by Americans as weakness or insecurity. But here's the twist. Most admire each other's friendliness. Despite the differences and the stereotypes, there's a deep-seated respect and admiration between Canadians and Americans. Both cultures value friendliness and hospitality, and this shared trait often bridges the gap between them. And humor. The ability to laugh at themselves and at each other is a key ingredient in the recipe for a successful, neighborly relationship. Humor allows both Canadians and Americans to poke fun at their own quirks and foibles, while also appreciating the unique qualities of the other. Surprised? Hit subscribe if you're enjoying this exploration of the Canadian-American dynamic. Smash like if you've ever experienced this friendly rivalry firsthand. And share if you love a good neighborly rivalry. Because at the end of the day, it's the shared experiences, the mutual respect, and the ability to laugh together that truly define the relationship between Canada and the United States. It's a complex and multifaceted dynamic, but one that is ultimately built on a foundation of friendship and understanding.